me. Here.
Andrew Rogers is building a chain of massive stone sculptures around the world. He has a vision to create one of the largest contemporary land art ideas on Earth. Using the elements of the Earth to reach back into memory, this Rhythms of Life project will involve over 5,000 people on 6 continents.
I'm creating a ring of stone sculptures around the globe in 12 different countries.
This is Cappadocia in central Turkey, a land of hidden treasures and deep contrasts. The ultimate sculpture carved by Mother Earth.
It's absolutely spectacular.
In this harsh, beautiful land, traces of ancient cultures, long forgotten dreams. A complex network of cave homes and underground cities carved from the rock. Sparks of humanity, ancient faiths. With one foot in Europe and one in the Middle East, Cappadocia is where past and present are blended in time. Andrew has found a site for his first sculpture on the hills outside of the town of Gorome, with the help of Fevzi Gunal, the local mayor.
100 metres, 100 metres.
Andrew is about to start building in a landscape of strange, soft stone, forged by volcanic eruptions 10 million years ago.
Look how perfect nature is, the symmetry and the grace and the harmony. This is, you know, pure nature. How beautiful.
Inspired by this stunning landscape, Andrew will build 2 giant sculptures made of almost 2 kilometres of rock walls. He'll employ 280 workers and use 2,500 tonnes of local rocks. Andrew's work is so large, it can be seen from satellite 350 kilometres up in space. His first sculpture is called the Rhythms of Life.
Now we have the surveyor marking each point. So we're going to build the rock walls to follow these lines. My joy in doing this is being able to have complete freedom to do whatever I want to do. So I can choose a site, I can locate it next to wonderful history. And for me that's very special and it's a privilege. So I don't have the boundaries of a gallery space when I create this work. So basically what we're doing is we're taking stones off the surface and we're rearranging them into the pattern, into the form that we want to create the message. This looks good. The work's good, but it's most important they fill in all the gaps.
Israeli architect Smadar Friedman has joined the team for the first time.
What's this for?
It's her first experience of working with Turkish stonemasons.
Okay, have to remember.
We're building together this sculpture. They are wonderful people, you know. Because they are very professional, it's considered a very highly respected profession here to build. Not everyone can do that. They learn that.
Okay. It's only like something that...
Tamar is also an architect on the project. She helped Andrew build his first Rhythms of Life in the Arava Desert in Israel.
I worked with Andrew before, so I worked already with Muslim workers because they were Arabic. And here I thought it could be a problem that they wouldn't listen to me, and it can be hard, but it's really, really fine. This wall Muhteşem.
Muhteşem.
Very good.
Çok güzel.
Muhteşem olmuş.
Çok güzel Celal.
Çok güzel.
Çok güzel.
Çok güzel.
The wives, mothers and daughters of Andrew's workforce also come looking for work.
Kim annesi miyim?
Burada var mı çocuk?
Burada yok.
Suleiman?
Süleyman yeğenim olur.
Kazını.
Cousin.
Metin yeğenim olur.
Plus a large group of nomadic Kurds are camped at the base of the site. They've just finished their last job, picking potatoes in the fields, and they're pleased to find some more work. Andrew is happy to take the women on. They've never made something like this before. Work is a social occasion, and they like to dress well.
Her 3 brothers go to school and she works and sends them
Benim de
money.
7 tane yeğenim okuluyor. 7 tane tam okuluyor.
And they say the men are not sending us to school. Our fathers, our uncles and our brothers don't send us to school.
Every site has its own characteristics. It's influenced by the people you work with, and you're able to communicate with them even though you don't speak the language. So it's a very people-oriented thing.
And with so many civilizations, the Phrygians, the Carians, the Hittites, who were living in this land where we are right now, and even the Egyptians and the Assyrians and the Sumerians, all these people have lived and passed through here, and it is actually a meeting point where East meets West, and people blend into a melting pot that has become Turkey.
Okay, so first we have a lifeline on our hand, yes? Show me your lifeline. Okay, here, lifeline. Yes. Here it is on the ground. Now, that starts here where this man is, and goes all the way down the bottom.
En sona kadar, en dibe kadar gidiyor.
Now, you all have family and friends. So
Andrew wants to explain what the symbol rhythms of life means so that the workers understand what it is that they're building.
So here, crossing the line, are all the things that influence our lives. And the round ball down there, the round circle,
Bir daire şeklindeki yerde
that's where we are on our lifeline. And I'm at the beginning because I'm very young. You and I are just starting together.
evet diyor ki Türkan
Turkish women also use symbols to tell stories about life.
Yeah? Yeah.
But the art they're most familiar with is weaving. Weavers express themselves in ancient symbols that also illustrate the cycle of life. Through the threads on a loom, they can tell an entire life story, a beautiful biography written without words. In many ways, they speak the same language as Andrew about the many stages of life.
It's like a painting.
The language of food also needs no words. Ahmed the driver's grandmother bakes fresh bread every day. Turkish bread is also a work of art.
Beautiful.
The bakers of the Ottoman Empire believed that the Archangel Gabriel taught Adam the secret of making delicious bread. Today, Adam is revered as the patron saint of bakers.
Wow.
It's not hard to understand why.
Thank you.
The legendary Turkish bread is literally divine.
Fantastic. Beautiful. Beautiful. Really,
Güzel.
really
Çok.
beautiful.
As work progresses on site, autumn rains are followed by fresh snow on nearby Mount Ursius. Andrew needs to get a move on.
Aman, Celal'ın şeyi görüyor musun? Görüyor musun?
Yeah, right in the corner because that's where they're building if we can.
Sure.
Okay, thank you.
There's a chill in the air and winter is coming early. By late afternoon on the 5th day, black clouds are thick with the promise of rain.
Okay, so they can all finish now.
In the morning, the workers are greeted with icy rain and thick fog.
It's a pity we have to leave the site today, but you can't have the workers work when it's cold and wet. First of all, it's dangerous and they're not dressed properly.
Work has to be abandoned, for now. The enforced break has put them behind schedule. But it's a chance for Andrew to start looking for a symbol for his second sculpture. Coffee arrived in Turkey in the 16th century and quickly became the milk of chess players and thinkers.
It's said that some gifted people can read the grounds at the bottom of a coffee cup. What I'm looking for is an image from the distant past, something that will stir ancient memories in the local people.
Turkey is rich in symbols for Andrew to explore. For thousands of years, Turkey has stood at the crossroads of civilizations and beliefs. The geometric aesthetic of Islam sits side by side with early Christian frescoes and superstitious amulets to ward off the evil eye. The ancient cave homes bear testimony to man's close relationship with the earth. Thousands of years ago, people lived and moved through these stone passageways. A complex network of underground cities is carved from the rock. The largest, Derinkuyu, plunges 8 levels below ground, with an additional 12 levels still unexplored. In spite of their long history, the Turks have only been independent for a short period. Every year they celebrate Turkish Independence Day to mark the end of a bitterly fought war against the sultans of the Ottoman Empire. Their first president, Mustafa Kemal Atatürk, is a national hero. Andrew catches up with the mayor and a local historian to discuss what he's seen. He needs their help to decide which image would best represent this area.
And we need something from ancient history, very old history.
Andrew has ideas, but he wants them to decide. The name of the area, Cappadocia, comes from an ancient Persian word meaning land of the beautiful horse. The mayor thinks a horse would be a great symbol for this area.
Okay, so I can see this is interesting, but we need to get something from history.
Andrew needs something more historical than a tourist image.
Yeah.
The next day, the mayor brings the director of the museum to help.
Hi, good morning. Pleased to meet you.
Okay, he has some figure for you from the Persian people. Because they give the name also for Cappadocia. There is a figure horse. And he has a photograph from that horse, and he is going to give you.
What year did that happen?
This carving of a horse was given as a present to the Persian Empire.
Yeah, BC 6000.
BC 6000, okay.
So Andrew has his image for the second sculpture. Whether on ancient Persian war horses or modern spirited Arabians, Turkish horsemen have always lived, worked, and even slept in the saddle. Toddlers were taught to balance on the backs of sheep before they could walk. The Turkish cavalry was a formidable force during the Crusades. The horse is a fundamental part of Turkish identity.
Okay, so there's some very important areas on this horse. There's special markers, the nostril, the mouth, the eye,
How many meters do we have here?
This outline stretches 850 metres,
Okay.
and I hope we should complete it in 5 days.
Work on the horse starts on a nearby hillside.
We're now at the second site where we're starting to pass rocks from the top to the bottom, where the surveyors are laying out the head of the horse, and we're going to build a wonderful Cappadocian horse.
While the surveyors mark out the shape of the horse on the hillside, the men start work on the first wall.
The first layer can slope, then they build on top of the first layer, because otherwise they want to dig. And then they make it horizontal. They mustn't dig.
Tamar will oversee this second sculpture, assisted by Shai, an architecture student. This slope is steeper than the first, and erosion is a more serious problem.
Big stones, take it from there, with the line, and bring it to here.
Shai, does this guy know what he's doing here? Look, why didn't he put this big stone against that instead of all these small stones? So you see the gaps through there, and this big stone should be here. That shouldn't be there. Out.
Back on the Rhythms of Life site, work is almost finished. Andrew has asked a local artisan to carve the word memory on a rock. It's to be a point for contemplation at the top of the sculpture. But language barriers with the stonemasons are creating mistakes on site.
All big rocks here because it's a corner coming and a lot of erosion, a lot of water. See, I don't want gaps. On the upper slope, all big rocks. No holes in the bottom. I want it all covered. No. Oh, you put it in properly, right underneath, yeah? That's right, everything covered. They're really good stonemasons, they're doing a really good job, and they're interested and they care and they understand the project and they understand the image. But everybody needs reminding from time to time because sometimes we take shortcuts. Okay, I don't want anybody injured on this site. So don't throw the rocks, put them down. If they want to pass a big rock, you pass it over here. Tell them I don't want anyone hurt. Good morning.
Local art students grab a chance to ask Andrew about his work.
Who are your spectators? You know, if you do it in a gallery of art, much more people would see it, as he suggests.
Well, this art is to be seen from the air, and you can't create this in a gallery. How beautiful is this today? The sun's out, the air's fresh. You can't have this in a gallery. Do you agree with me? Yes?
Yes.
Good. So, who can tell me how we did this?
Andrew invites the students to explore the sculpture for themselves and to add some rocks of their own. Andrew loves the challenge that the elements bring to his work, although it's not a view shared by everyone.
It's snowing.
My face is frozen, I don't feel them. Yo, really, it's not funny.
He'd rather create his works outdoors than in a studio.
Which is why I like to locate them where I do. I don't want them influenced by urban environments. I want them to have freedom and fresh air and be part of the natural environment. Very careful. We've worked in deserts at 42 degrees and we've worked in snow at 3 degrees in Iceland.
But Andrew is also very mindful of the importance of building this image of a Cappadocian horse from 6000 BC.
Because I think you have a responsibility to take care of the environment and culture and history. I think if we cared about culture and history, we'd be a lot more responsible as a people. So, yeah, I care about what the local people think. When they arrive, they think they're here just to work and shift rocks. So you have to explain to them that this is about their history and about their heritage. It's for their children and their grandchildren. so they care.
God took a handful of south wind and from it formed a horse, saying, I create thee, O Arabian. To thy forelock I bind victory in battle. I establish thee as one of the glories of the earth. I give thee flight without wings. On this hill, Andrew has breathed life into a different kind of horse.
I know that this structure will be here for a long time, and my son, my grandson, whatever, they will be telling that my father or grandfather was here and he was interpreting here. So it's really very good feeling.
The Rhythms of Life is almost finished as well. Andrew asks the women to add small stones, a subtle finishing touch to soften the edges of the sculpture.
It's the subtleties of these walls that I want people to see. You see this beautiful curvature which gradually rises, and you can see the walls are not constant in their height or thickness, and you can see this wall there. It rises up quite substantially when you look at it carefully, and the wall behind it is a much thicker wall than all the others. And visually, I want people to read this as a harmonious, constant form. And that's the idea when they see it from the air or see it from a distance.
Thank you, everybody. The walk is finished. You can go down.
Tomorrow, everyone will gather for one last time to celebrate what they've achieved in building these two sculptures.
There's a strong spiritual element to my work. The rhythm of days, the turn of the seasons. Life is a constant cycle to me, reflected in the art and dance of all cultures. My work is about the cycle of life, the constant rhythm and the pulse that is found in all things. And what more could I ask for but a last contribution from nature to finish off our work?
Yıllar yılı gam çekerim, yorgun gönül şiirler. Dertli çalma garip sazım, koca yaralar. Yıllar yılı gam çekerim, yorgun gönül şiirler. Akşam güneşi taşıyordum, gene dertleri.
Hayırlı olsun. Bak sağlam oldu.
I would like to thank everybody that has helped me build this land art, and I want to clap you and say thank you. I take a very long-term view of history. When I do these works, they're given as a gift to the people, so they belong to the community. I don't mind what happens to it after. I just want the opportunity to put a message out there, and if people think it's worthwhile, they'll keep it. And over time, it will disappear back into the landscape. And memory to me is very important, because without memory, we're nothing. Because what we see here is not a structure, it's an idea. A drawing on the earth.